These are the sounds of the city. Cities whose jungles of cement and chrome and steel have long baffled us. Cities whose walls of indifference have seemed impenetrable, but cities that are on God's list to be reached. Cities like New York and Philadelphia and Baltimore and Washington and Cleveland and Pittsburgh and Boston. You who live in these cities will know what I mean. For the tension, the pull and the stress, the heartache and the need, the indifference, these are the greatest enigma, the greatest challenge of Adventist evangelism today. Now, each of you is deeply concerned about your own area, and rightly so. And whether it be metropolis, city, village, or peaceful countryside, we want to help you evangelize it all. But at the moment, the leaders of the North American Division are deeply concerned with finding ways to move the masses of New York City and the millions of the neighboring New Jersey area, both vital parts of the Atlantic and the Columbia Unions. And so we come to you today for help. The promises of the gift of prophecy indicate that the message will come back to the East in power from the West. There are definite signs that this is taking place. We're also told confidently that whatever will work among these metropolitan masses will work anywhere. Now, I believe that we all agree that we've come to a time when many traditional methods of evangelism will need to be adjusted, radically adjusted, to meet the changing challenge of these troubled days. Unsafe streets at night, long hours of battling the masses in home-to-office travel, to mention only two. These making promising attendance at public meetings all but impossible in some places. Therefore, the use of mass communication and electronic devices must assume more of the burden. The use of the telephone, for instance, in our new Dial-A-Friend service in the New York, New Jersey area is placing us in contact with nearly 2,000 individuals a week. Now, this is without any advertising whatsoever, except for brief mentions on the telecast and the contacting of television interests, whose names we already have. Resulting directly from the It Is Written telecast, 12,000 families have made contact with us by phone or by letter, expressing interest and requesting truth-filled literature. These in addition, of course, to the Dial-A-Friend responses I mentioned before. Baptisms have already resulted in most areas. Several hundred now are facing decision, and the work has only begun. We're attempting, however, so much with so little. The need for workers and for funds is desperate. And for this reason, our conference leaders have opened the way for us to come to you on this Sabbath morning, appealing that each family in the Atlantic and Columbia Unions unite with us in experimental city evangelism that under the blessing of God can eventually benefit your own area too, your own community. Friend, would you search your heart this morning? Would you ask God to guide you in placing on the altar today a liberal gift that will help in meeting this bewildering challenge? And you may wish to respond not only with a gift today, but by placing on the envelope a pledge to be fulfilled during the next 4 months. A tremendous work is possible when everyone does his best, and remember, not one of us can go home until the work is finished in the cities as well. A heartfelt thank you for all that you can do.